Good morning everyone. This is video which is made by me for you, and with the help of this video we are trying to learn about clause. My dear friends, I told you that this is the video which is made by me for you. This is the video which is made by me. In this complete sentence you can see that this is the video, and the second part is which is made by me for you. You can differentiate both the part of the statement as this is the video is a complete sentence, and which is made by me for you. If I am saying that which is made by me for you, then there will be a question mark. What about I am talking to you, that which, what which? So, but if I am telling that this is the video, that part having its complete meaning, and this is independent, and which is made by me for you is dependent. So my dear friends, many times we say that such kind of sentences in which there are two parts and one part is dependent to the another part. So this dependent and independent, these parts are known as main clause and subordinate clause. Means if in any sentence main clause is that part which is independent and having its own complete meaning, and the second part is dependent to the main part. So my dear friends, clause is actually has two parts, main clause and subordinate clause. Main clause is independent and has its own meaning, and it has its subject and predicate. That's why it has own complete meaning. Just like I told you, this is the video. This is the video. This sentence has its own subject and predicate. So it has its own complete meaning. That's why it is a main clause. And while we are talking about the second part, which is made by me, which is made by me is dependent to the main clause. Such part is known as subordinate clause. So clause has two parts, main clause and subordinate clause, and subordinate clause also known as dependent, and this also known as independent. Okay, so let us see another example. This is the man who promised me a job. This is the man who promised me a job. So my dear friends, you can see that the part this is the man, it is a complete sentence and it is main clause. While we see the second part, promised me, who promised me a job. You can see that who promised me a job. Now if who promised me a job showing some question mark, who, what about. So if we see that who promised me a job is dependent upon this is the man. So this is the man is main clause and promised me a job, who promised me a job is subordinate clause. My dear friends, you can see that I told you which I have made, which is made by me, which, here who. Such type of words are subordinators. We know that call such words which connect the main clause to the subordinate clause known as subordinators. So who, which, that where such type of words are known as subordinators, which joins main clause and subordinate clause. So I think now you can identify in a statement what is main clause and what is subordinate clause. My dear friend, main clause, let me repeat, main clause has its own subject and predicate and has its own complete meaning, while the subordinate clause is dependent to the main clause and it doesn't show its own complete meaning, and the word which joins main clause to subordinate clause is subordinator. That, just example, this is the day when we are at a school. This is the day when we are at a school. So when is joining subordinate clause and main clause. That's why when is subordinated and this is the day is main clause and we are at a school is subordinate clause. My dear friends, here are some more examples. Take a glance through it. And types of subordinate clause are as follows: noun clause, adjective clause and adverb clause. According to their function into the sentence, they are classified as noun clause, adjective clause and adverb clause. We will talk about these types of clauses later on, but before that you should practice for the identification of main clause and subordinate clause, and I hope now you can do it. Again I am telling that clause has two parts, main clause and subordinate clause. Main clause is independent, subordinate clause is dependent to main clause, and there is a word which joins them is subordinator. So I hope now you can identify both the parts and subordinator in any statements. So all the best for that. Thank you.